What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. I'm once again joined by Tyler, and we are back for another video in our Pirates of the Caribbean community series, a community series that airs every other Friday on our channel, where we talk about Pirates of the Caribbean related content. Now, we've been doing a ton of Pirates 6 related stuff ever since it was leaked that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 was confirmed, that they're going forward with it, and we've done a lot of different content regarding the 6 movie. We talked a lot of different things about it, and 2 weeks ago, we talked about why Davy Jones will not be the main villain of Pirates 6. So this is going to be kind of the second video to that. We want to cast our Pirates of the Caribbean 6 villain. Now this is all reliant, and Tyler and I are both going on the fact that we believe the main villain and the person we're casting for the villain role is for the villain of Poseidon. So we're going to maybe talk about what we believe our Poseidon would look like in Pirates of the Caribbean 6, or like what he would be. Because there's different kind of ways you could do it. Maybe he'd be more of a fighter. Maybe he wouldn't be a fighter. Maybe he would just kind of be in the background, but just kind of be all powerful. But this is, reliant on the fact that we're going for Poseidon. We definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments below who you think the main villain of Pirates 6 would be. Who do you think that would be? And then who would you cast as that role? We want to hear that from you. So Tyler and I are going to go back and forth. Tyler, you can go first. Who are you casting as Poseidon? Why? And what do you think like that person would look like, or what Poseidon would do with that character?
So I'm going to cast Hugh Jackman for Poseidon. And the reason being is, obviously, it's a very, very big name. The version of Poseidon that I kind of see him like kind of bringing would be similar to the last time he played Wolverine in the movie Logan. Kind of like, not so much beat up, but just sort of like kind of just done with it. He's kind of just done with it all. Things aren't going the way that they were supposed to go, the way that he designed Poseidon. Like when you look at his character from Logan, Hugh Jackman's character from Logan, he just kind of looks like he's just ready to, he just wants it over. He just wants it to be over. So I can kind of picture that look from him again, because, he looked a little bit older than he actually looks. That's just, that's easily done with makeup. That, but I can also picture him having kind of longer hair, probably a full beard like Logan had, but just different shape. But I can just see like a tired god who's like, why is this even still going on? Like, what is going on with the seas and these pirates and these this and these that? And how they abuse the seas and this companies or whatever, such as the East Indian Company, trying to control my seas, dictating who can be where and this kind of stuff. That's not how I designed it. Like that, like I can picture a Poseidon being that way, where it's like, I'm just going to wipe you all out. It'll be like a massive flood and we'll start over. Something like that, where it's like, let's just get it over with, because this is just ridiculous. So I can kind of see a Hugh Jackman doing that, because he's really good at, kind of having like a emotional type conflict. I don't know. There's just something I can just picture it. And the one that stands out really is from his movie Logan, where like he does care. But he's just kind of like, I want to stop having to care. I just want it to be over. And I can totally see that for this Poseidon. And I do actually think that Hugh Jackman's character, like how he usually acts, would be completely, it would almost be the polar opposite of Jack Sparrow, to where it's like, how did you even like you have this name like Captain Jack Sparrow all across the seas, and you're just a fool. Like I could just see that, where it's like you're a drunk, you're a nobody, and yet you are the name that comes across all of my seas. I wanted somebody that was like somebody who was respected, who like that kind of stuff, like a true leader. You're none of those things. That type of thing. They're so different of characters that I think it would really work, where you would kind of like agree with Poseidon, where it's like, yeah, you know what? Jack Sparrow really is kind of a drunk. Like he has no right to be that well known. So really, what does that do? That makes it where Jack Sparrow has to kind of, because a lot of it, I think, is an act by Jack Sparrow. I get that he's drunk, but he's had enough of those serious moments where I do think some of what he just does it because it's easier for him than having to be serious and to actually having to care. So I think it would be like having Poseidon this way with Hugh Jackman. It would make it where Jack Sparrow actually has to finally accept not who he is as Jack Sparrow, but accept who he is as an actual leader, because he can be, and accept that he does have a big name and that people do know who he is and that he should and can be a legend across the seas. It's just a matter of, is he willing to accept that? And obviously that is how I hope that Jack Sparrow does go out. I hope he doesn't go out as like the drunk who just saved everybody. I want him to go out as like, that was Jack Sparrow, and he saved the seas, and he's a legend. And it's because of what he did, not how he acted. So, that duality between those two characters, in my opinion, would be the thing that allows Jack Sparrow to be a true hero, to go out as a true hero. And that would be carried on and through Henry and Karina. They would be there. They would remember that. And because they would be in the future movies. So it just, I just would like that, because like I just said, like it would be in the future movies, and it would be able to be said like, the hero, the legend of Jack Sparrow, not like how we already currently think of Jack Sparrow as he's like a funny drunk who everything always just seems to go right for him, sort of. And we will remember him that way, even if this were to take place. But I just want to make sure that, even for us, when we remember Jack Sparrow, we remember like his last thing was something truly heroic. So I don't know. So I just feel like Hugh Jackman's Poseidon would be the thing that allowed that to take place, and for it not only to take place, because it could take place with anybody, but for it to make sense.
No, I really like that pick. When Tyler said Hugh Jackman, I really, really like that idea. And he's a top-line actor. I mean, I really love him in Logan. I do think he's a very, very quality actor that I think would do really, really good. And I honestly have the same kind of method for why I picked. And now, even Hugh Jackman, I feel like if they wanted Poseidon to do some action-y kind of things, which I don't necessarily think they would go that path, I do think Hugh Jackman would be able to do that. My pick is Idris Elba, who I think, like Tyler's person, I do believe I picked him. I picked Idris Elba because of the standard that he's held. I kind of picked him mainly because of what Hollywood and even what normal just people, just viewers of movies see him as. I really do think, I don't think he's a top line, like a top 5 actor like in Hollywood right now, but a lot of people actually think so. And I actually do really like Idris Elba. I think he's a really good actor. I just don't think he's like top of the line. But again, I'm picking him because of what other people think. And I do agree with Tyler, like when it comes to this last movie, you have to have a villain that kind of fits that role. So if you're picking a villain for a god, like a Poseidon, if you're picking it to go against Jack Sparrow, Idris Elba actually fits that, and he also fits that because of just his presence. I really do feel like he looks the part, and like the way he speaks and the way he can actually act, he can have that like kind of like stern but soft demeanor, where much like Hugh Jackman, he could actually, just by words and just his presence and like his look, like I'm just picturing his look, he can make Jack Sparrow really seem like a fool, like an idiot. And like Tyler said, like calling him out, saying like, who are you? And being like, well, like this is who I am. I think honestly, both of them have that same kind of presence, and I see that in Idris Elba. And I also see where, again, if they needed him to do any kind of action-y things, Idris Elba can do it. He's not going to do a ton of things, either is Hugh Jackman. Not that Hugh Jackman can't be, but he is getting a little bit older. So I do feel like an action part, if they wanted them to do that, is also possible with those two actors. But I also just feel like just their nature, Idris Elba's personality and the way he acts on screen, I feel like would be a good duo for a Johnny Depp character, because it kind of does make him seem smaller, kind of makes him like look silly, and like Tyler said, that kind of makes Jack Sparrow have to be smart, show who he really is, take that like step up. up, like mature even. I really do think, I actually honestly feel like both of our picks do that. So that is who I would pick, is Idris Elba. But again, let us know in the comments below which person you would pick. If it's Poseidon, if you guys want to cast Poseidon for us, who would you pick as your Poseidon? Or what do you think of Tyler and I's choices? And also, if you think the villain is somebody else, who do you think that villain would be, and who would you cast as them? Let us know in the comments below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, these videos go up every other week. We'll be continuing to talk about Pirate 6 related stuff. If you guys want us to talk about something specific, leave in the comments below, and we'll continue to get to all those. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, do all that stuff, and we will see you in 2 weeks.